Hi there, I'm Peter Hawley, President and CEO of Fabled Copper Corp. And today I'd like to tell you about the additional 2022 exploration results on our Muskwa Project, where we sampled 19.85 and 21.9% copper on the Eagle Creek Copper Occurrence. Now, how much is 19.85% copper? That's 436.7 pounds. And 21.9% copper is 481.8 pounds per ton. And with the price of copper at $3.75 per pound, there's a lot of money per ton. For an example, this bar of pure copper is 1 kilo, 2.2 pounds. So in 21.9% copper, imagine about 225 of these bricks together. That's how much copper is in the ground. The Muskwa Project is comprised of the Neil property, the Toro property, and the Bronson property, all located in northern British Columbia. The Eagle Creek Copper Occurrence is located on the Neil property, roughly 1.5 kilometers east of the 6,400 level of the Eagle Vein adit, where the 2022 underground LIDAR survey was completed. The Eagle Creek flows northwards into the Yedhe Creek and is located in the same valley that contains the eastern end of the 6,400 level adit and the Eagle Vein exposure that are located on the west cliff face of the valley. The Eagle Creek Copper Occurrence was visited by a two-person field team consisting of a geologist and a geotechnician on 2 occasions during the summer field season. A total of 10 samples were collected, 1 grab and 9 float samples. And of the 10 samples collected, 8 or 80% assayed greater than 0.5% copper. On the first survey, the area was sampled over a vertical altitude of 118 meters, and 5 float samples were collected, 4 of which assayed greater than 0.5% copper. A float sample, D723551, taken at the 1,553 meter elevation, consisted of dark brown to rusty brown quartz on a weathered surface with minor green malachite. On a fresh surface, the rock is mottled gray and white and brassy yellow on a fresh surface. And this consists of 60% quartz, 39% chalcopyrite, and 1% bornite. This sample returned an impressive 19.85% copper. Now don't forget, that's 436.7 pounds of copper metal. A further 2 meters vertically, float sample of the same vein material returned 0.57% copper. Continuing vertically, another 106 meters, a float sample of iron-stained quartz carbonate with trace malachite and weathered orange-brown with 1% chalcopyrite as disseminations and blebs was sampled, and this reported 6.08% copper. And then, downhill at 1,594 meters, another sample of the vein material consisting of the same iron quartz veining was sampled, and this returned 3.27% copper. And the final sample of the day's traverse reported 0.35% copper. On the second day of traverses, a total of 5 samples were collected, 1 grab and 4 floats, over a vertical altitude of 202 meters. And of the 5 samples collected, 4 assayed greater than 0.5% copper. Grab sample D723596, taken at the 1,620 meter altitude, contained minor sulfides and returned 0.05% copper. Whereas float sample D723598, taken at 1,678 meters, returned 0.77% copper. Whereas sample D723599, taken at the same altitude and consisting of iron quartz carbonate, weathered green and black, with fault movements or slickensides on the surface. On a fresh broken surface, the rock was brassy yellow with modern malachite, with 70% massive chalcopyrite and 1% bornite. And this returned an impressive grade of 21.9% copper. Don't forget, that's over 481 pounds of copper. The next sample, taken 200 meters below of similar iron quartz carbonate, returned 0.87% copper, and the final sample of the traverse, 2 meters below of similar float material, assayed 1.27% copper. As per protocol, all samples locations were taken with GPS, along with GPS-enabled field cameras of photos of the sampled units. The photos, sample locations, and all assay data pertaining to the assays taken, this is 36 elements we assay for, were tagged in a geotag format for plotting in .kml or .kmz GIS systems such as Google Earth. An additional release on the 2022 exploration program of the Muskwa area will be forthcoming in the following weeks. Follow us as we explore for green critical metals in northern British Columbia.